Well. Here we are, y'all. It's the day after UFC 325. I wanted to do a recap of the event because, man, did we not do great. Now, we've got some positive to start off at first. Quillen Salkeld, this dude he's got to be he's gonna be like a big problem in the lightweight division. Like, this dude is so good. Like, he's got the knockouts. He's got the submissions, as we've seen over Malarkey. He was schooling him on the feet. He got on top of him, and he subbed him with a nice little neck crank choke. This dude is, different. I really hope this dude gets a ranked contender for his next fight. Whoever Jamie Malarkey fights next, I don't know. I mean, he's been finished 7 times in the UFC now, so I don't know what to say about Jamie, but Quillen's on to big things. Honestly, you could throw him in with Moicano since Brian Ortega just dropped out of the UFC 326 card with Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira. Can't wait for that, by the way. Max, my favorite fighter. And I love Charles, too. But aside from that, Quillen could step up and take that spot against Moicano, which, would be a good challenge for him. If he can get past Moicano, he's looking at the top 10 spot. And that would be great for Quillen Salkeld. We're seeing some, newer names. I mean, BSD is getting a win. We'll talk about that and how unhappy I am. But it's looking pretty good for Quillen Salkeld. I'm liking seeing him. He's an entertaining fighter, and I like him as a person too. So, hoping we get more things from Quillen. And next up, we had Talison Teixeira versus Tai Tuivasa. And man, dude, this was just a straight up blob fest. They both looked really sloppy on the feet. They were both getting caught. Tai was just eating shots from Talison. Talison was eating shots from Tai. He probably lost the fight, to be honest, if Tai would have quit clinching with him and would have just struck with him. Good on Talison, though. I knew I should have locked him for decision, but I locked him for knockout, and he didn't do it. But he did well on the ground. He took Tai down a few times. He held him there most of the round. They both gassed out horribly, which was pretty wild. But, I mean, it was entertaining overall. These are the only 2 fights I got right on the main card, which really sucks. Even though, I should have just gone with my mind instead of my heart. But, Talison pulled through for me. I like him. He's fun to watch. I think, he didn't look great against Tai Tuivasa, but you can still give him, another fight up in the rankings. I think you maybe give him, a Shamil Gaziev. I think that's how you say it, because he's off a few losses now. I think that might be the way to go. But, Talison, he looked all right. He didn't look great. He definitely needs to work on the striking. He has a huge advantage on the ground, though, so we'll see more from him. Now, with one of the best performances of the night, for sure. I didn't want Mauricio Rufy to win exactly, but, he went out there. He was looking good against Fiziev. Fiziev was eating up his legs a lot. Rufy still got a lot to work on, but, man, he looked great out there at the same time. He was clipping Fiziev a ton. Great knockout sequence there. He hurt him really bad with that shot. He was landing good. He's a serious contender in lightweight now, dude. I want to see him go up in the rankings now with his opponents. People talking about a Gamrot. We could see that. I don't know. They're not going to give him, a Paddy Pimblett or anything after that striking masterclass Justin Gaethje put on him. But honestly, this dude needs to be fed up. Maybe like a Gamrot. I think he's a pretty cool dude. I appreciate what he said on the mic after. It was nice to hear. But what sucks is my dude Fiziev, because, my dude's on a 3-fight losing. Or no, because he beat Baja Mendes. But I don't know what to say about Fiziev, man. Now, this leads me into the most freaking upsetting thing that happened all night. If BSD would have just went out there and cooked Dan in the first round and submitted him or subbed him in the second or something after Dan didn't look good, fair enough. But Dan freaking won the first round. Dan was landing great body kicks. He was stabbing him with it, punishing him. He was beating him up in the face. If you look at BSD after the fight, he looks worse than Dan. Not as much blood on BSD, but his super swollen eye and his head. Dan was working him for a little bit. BSD looked better at the end of the first, and then he went in there in the second. But, Dan was doing fine blocking the takedown, some good knees, great body kicks, great headshots, doing some damage. And then for whatever freaking reason, Dan is just like, you know what I should do right now? I should shoot a takedown on BSD. That's what I should do after I'm winning on the feet and keeping it off the ground. Great job, Dan. I'm so proud of you. Like, this is what Dan's problem is. Like, I just don't understand. You know, it was a solid win for BSD, but, like, I mean, Dan gave us the way to beat him. I mean, he's not great on the feet. BSD's really not all that. Dan was punishing him. If he only could have kept him, you know, off the ground and not freaking shot a takedown on him. I don't know what it is either. It's like a switch in Dan's brain that anytime somebody's neck comes remotely close to Dan, he has to shoot a guillotine on him. I don't know. He must have taken that from Dustin Poirier when he gave him, like, CTE. But, like, I don't understand why Dan has to do these things. Like, you could have won the fight, Dan, and I just, like, I'm so upset about this one specific. Like, this made me so mad watching this in person because I watched him in real time win the first round, and then he just sold it for me. Definitely the most upsetting performance of the night. I was really expecting better things from that one. On to the best performance of the night skill-wise. I mean, dude, Volk genuinely has, like, conversations for GOAT talk, and I don't see many people saying that. But Volk is easily a top 3. I have an argument for him being the GOAT with the people that he's beaten. Like, he is so insanely good. We saw Diego drop him in the third round. Diego looked technically clean, but the problem is that's not what he needed to do. He needed to go out there and be violent. He somehow managed to do worse in this fight than he did in the first fight. Like, you know, the rounds were closer point-wise, but you're not going to outscore Volkanovski. You have to knock him out. That's what we were shown by the last 2 fights from Islam and Ilya. But, you know, Diego just, like, he was getting chaotic at some moments, and that's when he would land on Volk. But other than that, Volk he was so much better. He would circle off. Diego just could not cut him off the cage no matter what he tried to do, and that ultimately led to Volk getting another title defense from Diego. Diego is going to have to fight somebody like a Yair now, or maybe the loser of Lerone and Movsar. And, you know, I just feel bad for Diego, man, but, you know, that's what happened. Volk is like the featherweight GOAT, then Max, not Jose Aldo, motherfreaker. But, yeah, that was my recap for the card last night. You know, it was a solid one. I got like second to last in my fantasy. I'll see you guys.